Hello everybody, this is Hybrid, and today I'll be reviewing Teen Titans number 10. So yeah, let's begin. So we start off with Kid Flash running away from a dinosaur, and if you don't know at all where they are, check out Superboy number 10, I believe. It explains a lot about the island, and basically though, the island has dinosaurs, so that's what Kid Flash is running away from. And we go to the next page, he wakes up Red Robin, wraps up the dinosaur, and, runs off again. Red Robin, he gets up, he's like, what's going on, and stuff like that. And Bart he basically sums it up in a sentence. We are apparently trapped on an island of dinosaurs. So, they have no idea how this is possible. Bunker and Solstice end up joining up too. And yeah, so then we go back to Superboy and Wonder Girl, because they're stuck together. And they get on the island, because they were already there, but I guess there's two sides of it or something. So yeah, they are now on the right side, and you see, I guess Wonder Girl supposedly is able to make friends with the dinosaur. Then you have, not so far away, Red Robin. He just flies off and supposedly is going to do aerial recon, but in real life he's totally over his head, he thinks, and he doesn't understand how Batman makes it so effortlessly or easy looking. And then he's kind of panicking at the same time. But then Bunker comes along, and Bunker basically gives him a pep talk. He's like, you know what, you're the leader, you got us together, you're the one who decided to call the shots earlier, so you have to deal with this, and you have to act like a leader. Kind of a pep talk, and that's really what Red Robin needed. He even admits it himself. He's like, you know what, I need that. And then spontaneously, Wonder Girl and Superboy show up, which is kind of odd. When did Superboy start loving Red Robin so much? Like I can understand Wonder Girl and Bunker maybe, but with Superboy, it's kind of, I feel like that's kind of random. Like there's really nothing there to be buddy buddy with. And then yeah, but then Bunker seems to like Superboy a lot because he's like switch, and they made a point to change up the text there, I guess, to really make he wants to hug Superboy. We move on to later on in the day. Everybody besides Wonder Girl is taking a shower, and then they kind of talk about what's going on the island so far. Red Robin's like, the Teen Titans are done, and Bunker's like, no way, you don't mean that. But then you see nearby, Kid Flash having the time of his life, just running around, I guess, with dinosaurs, stuff like that. And he's with Solstice. They're joking around and stuff like that. Bart just gets his flirt on, and it seemingly works. He seems pretty successful with it. We go back to Red Robin now, and he's talking with Bunker again. This was really just like, to stop Harvest, and Harvest is stopped now, so there's no reason to have the team. And then also, he failed in making sure Skitter didn't get taken away or anything like that. But, then Bunker reminds him, all the stuff that's happened so far and things like that, it really shows that maybe we really need a Teen Titans. And with that, they say a few bad metaphors. Yeah, then Red Robin and Superboy have a chat. Essentially, they make a deal where, Superboy will stay with the Teen Titans for a while, for about 6 months at least. And then we go back to Bunker. He's chilling with his bricks, using them as a flotation like device. So yeah, he's kind of praying, and then all of a sudden, like, a pterodactyl comes down. It's odd. He's like kind of freaked out by that. He's like, oh, God must have a funny sense of humor. But he notices there's some bricks there, and with the bricks he sees Danny. Then a little bit later, you see Danny again, and it turns out Danny wants to bring them back home. But Red Robin's like, no, I don't want you to do this because you die if you bring us all back home. Wonder Girl talks to Red Robin. He's like, this isn't your place. If he wants to do this, if this is his essentially dying wish, let him have it. They do that, and Danny takes them all home. They go home. They, in one page, they kind of mourn for Danny a little bit. It looks like Kid Flash is making out with Solstice over there, which really doesn't fit at all with what's going on over here. So I don't know why they drew that like that. And then we have Half a World Away, assuming it is DC from the panel. We have Amanda Waller, who's not fat anymore. She's actually skinny, which is odd because I thought that in the DC New 52 they at least keep the fat Waller, but I guess not. And you have a what looks to be doctor who did some sort of surgery maybe, or possibly any other medical activity because he does seem like a doctor. But then you go to Amanda Waller and she's talking about how she needs to stop the whole teenage metahuman thing that's going around right now. Needs to come to a stop. So basically she activates Operation Meta Dead Stop. So that's where it leaves off, and hopefully it'll continue with more interesting things, and I'll get to the scoring part now. So I already gave a 5 out of 5. Just by looking at the comic, it pretty much speaks for itself. It's a beautiful comic, really, in terms of the drawing and whatnot. Then you have a 2 out of 5 for plot, mostly because there essentially was no plot in this issue at all. And with that being said, I felt like a filler episode that came along right when the mid-season kind of return came about, which honestly to me feels very not that smart and unnecessary at the same time. Then we have writing. I give a 4 out of 5 for the writing. I thought they did a good job with the writing. I love the conversations that were going on, and I felt they were very well written. And then you have characters. I give a 4 out of 5 for characters as well, because I do like the characters, except for I don't understand why Bart Allen is acting the way he does. I don't remember Bart Allen being this kind of flirty all the time, so it feels like they're blending some of the well-known characteristics of Wally West into Bart Allen. And then last but not least, we have entertainment. I gave a 7 out of 10, mostly because even though I did enjoy the issue overall, I felt that at times it kind of lacked, and then again, there was literally no plot really, so it felt very unnecessary, and that kind of took away from it for me. So yeah, overall, it gets 22 out of 30, or you could say a 73%. So yeah, that's my scoring of it. If you like my review, check out my other ones. I'm going to post hopefully another review up soon. I'm thinking about doing the Flash one, Flash number 10. So yeah, subscribe for more comics, reviews, talks, etc. And then also like the video if you liked it, and comment below on what you thought about the issue if you read it, or anything else you want to comment about. This is Hybrid, and